Helo. A chris yn ôl ni unwaith eto. Yr awr fawr, y gêm fawr ar fi'n cychwyn. Rown derfynol adran 2 Undeb Rygbi Cymru. Porthcawl yn erbyn Llanharan. It's time for the Division 2 Cup final. The big one for today. Porthcawl against Llanharan. It is 2 East Central against 2 West Central. And let's have a look at the teams. Starting with the Seagulls. Ewan Manley, Jack Williams, the captain, and Michael Gully are going to be the front row. Richard Hinda and Jordan Fox, the second row partnership. Leon McNally, Josh Woodbridge, the flank forwards with Ryan Jones wearing 8. Halfbacks, Matthew Ellis and Josh White. Centre partnership, Ben Roach, Jonathan Phillips, Will Mahoney and Jacob Williams, the wingers, with Sam Comley, the fullback. And the replacements are Eilyddion, Harry Cooper, Sam Flanagan, Thomas Wilson, Jake Holland, Ewan Power, Connor Murdy, Cameron Maisie and Elliot Bennett, with Jake Furness and Zach Davis, the travelling reserves. And for the Blues of Llanharan, it's going to be Rhys Taylor, Jack Walker, Gethin Cashmore, the trio in the front row. Owain Howe and Kieran Martin in the boiler room. Jack Thompson, Lloyd Gregory and Ieuan Pring, the back row combination. Leon Burton wearing 9, Scott Jones outside him in 10. Jack Brooks, Harley Thompson, 12 and 13. And on the wings, Joe Davis, Adam Lewis and Michael Jones sweeping up at fullback. Eilyddion, the replacements, Tom Jenkins, Sam Richards, Jonathan Fletcher, Ieuan Evans, Joe Buckley, Lewis Stansbury, Ryan Russell and Jack Pring. And Chris Ower and Wyn Griffith are here once again in the commentary box with myself, Owain Gwynedd. And Chris, it was a bit of a scrappy game, the previous final, but as we hope, we step up a level once again in this one against 2 good teams.
Yeah, this one has all the makings of being a cracker. 2 very good teams, 2 very good coaching groups involved, with previous experience of being at the stadium before, particularly with Llanharan. So this looks to be an entertaining game, we hope.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where the dividing line is between East and West, because Porthcawl and Llanharan are pretty close to each other. They know each other so well, I'd imagine, but it's promised to be a cracker. Certainly great support as well for both teams, and really looking forward to this one. Last match of the day.
Yeah, and the teams are on the way to the field. Porthcawl in their green, Llanharan in blue. Llanharan coached by Gareth Nicholas, and Porthcawl by former Wales and Ospreys player Ryan Bevington, and Tom Pridey as well. Still, I believe, the youngest Wales international. He was at the time anyway, when he was capped as a 17-year-old, 17 and something days. Wayne's scratching his head here.
I think George North was in the mix there somewhere, wasn't he? And David Howells.
Yes. They're all in the same year for certain. But it's going to be Porthcawl, and their fly half Josh White will be looking to kick this one off, playing from the right to left as we look at the screens, with Llanharan willing and waiting in their blue strips. And considering the same pattern of the shirt, maybe when they're hugging on the floor, maybe a tester for the eyesight.
Yes, and no point looking at the socks either. But this promises, as Chris has said, to be a cracker, and 2 teams really which display the best and reflect the best of Welsh rugby, because they've got mini juniors all the way up to seniors, and they're all homegrown.
Yeah, exactly that, Wyn. We're going to see a lot of players out here today who've come through the homegrown sections of both clubs, and you can see how well supported they are in the stands.
Yeah, when I read that Gareth Nicholas, the coach of Llanharan, says that he is a firm believer in grow your own. I had a look at YouTube. I couldn't find a video of Gareth the gardener or Gareth in the greenhouse, but I think I know what he means. Don't know what he's like at growing tomatoes or cucumbers, mind.
At Porthcawl, the Seagulls with early possession in an attacking sense. That's turned over. It's well stolen. Big carry by Michael Gully. He's going to be a handful, isn't he?
And listen to the crowd. It's the best crowd of the fortnight so far, I think. You know, the East stand, the middle tier there, you know, it's pretty full. And they've travelled again by bus and by train and God knows what else. And there are about 1,000 people who come back from the Bream Sands Festival to support Porthcawl, the minis, the juniors, families, parents, friends. That's great.
Yeah, it's a wonderful story, isn't it, to see all these clubs taking part in RTP and taking pride in their home clubs, and particularly coming back from tour especially as well.
Llanharan, the Dairymen, thinking they were through.
A little bit of niggle early on. That's good. Got to have a bit of niggle, bit of edge.
Can you check the pronunciation of the surname of number 4, Richard? Is it that's supposed to be Maida? Okay, thank you. It's a decent nudge downfield, and if you look at the league standings going ahead into this one, Llanharan at top, Porthcawl at 6th. Does that put Llanharan as the favourites?
Well, if you look at their record, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're around 16 games unbeaten so far. So, yeah, I think that's fair.
But then again, who was it earlier on with 12 games unbeaten? Blaena, and that record came to an end. So Llanharan tucking up the jumper early on, using that strength, that power, that weight in the pack, illegally brought down. Crossfield kick, there is space there, couple of blue shirts out wide, into the bread basket, nearly gets there. Joe Davis tapped down, pop back over the shoulder, what a score. Is it in?
Brilliant.
It's in. Jack Brooks, and that's probably one of the tries of the day, if not of the road to Principality.
But the build-up to it, absolutely brilliant from Llanharan. Well-placed crossfield kick initially. Great take out on the left by Joe Davis. But then look at this. Look what happens next.
It's Jack Thompson with the over-the-shoulder pass. The question was, are they favourites? Well, they're certainly in the driving seat early doors.
Yeah, that looked like a set play to me. I think they had that one in their armoury to use, but what a piece of skill there by Jack Thompson.
Yeah, a little bit of improvisation, wasn't it? Sometimes they do come off, and when they do, we marvel at the handling and the awareness and the potential to score a try.
Conversion is missed, so it's Porthcawl 0, Llanharan 5. Thanks to this stunning score by Jack Brooks. And Thompson, no look over the shoulder flick.
It gets better every time you see it.
Well, that's going to be on repeat tonight.
Yeah, Dad Denver, former flanker for Cardiff, would have been delighted with that.
Yeah, that wasn't allowed back in the day, you win.
Oh, well.
That would have been a fine. Will Mahoney, wearing 11, trying to get and score directly, more or less, from the restart. Loses his shirt in the process. Great take by Josh Woodbridge. And that's one way to strip a ball, not take your shirt at the same time.
No messing.
Yeah, it's a good summary of Llanharan Pring, the number 8 for Llanharan. He's a no-messing type of character.
Good take at line by Llanharan. Confident going to the tail from a defensive line. And Jack Walker peels off. Creates some space, and that's a good exit. Maybe not the distance Scott Jones would have hoped for, but it's safe, it's over the touchline. And Llanharan have been here not too long ago, a couple of years ago in the WRU Bowl final. They beat Bryn Cethyn by 32 points to 24 that day. The club, which I wasn't too aware of Gareth and Glyn Llywelyn. Gareth Llywelyn, former Wales international and captain. Late 90s. Thumbs up off Wayne Griffith here.
Early 90s even.
Early 90s even. When he was playing for Neath.
Yeah, that great side of the late 80s and early 90s.
Porthcawl looking for space. They come back for the penalty.
Game being played at a heck of a pace, isn't it? The referees will have his work cut out here.
Yeah, there's a bit more zip in this one compared to the Div 3 final, which is a bit more of a slog,
Yeah,
more of a kicking battle.
You see that step up of intensity and the accuracy, and you know, we've got a good referee here in Spencer Cleese to be able to officiate it today.
Yes, Spencer Cleese, assisted by Dan Jeffrey and Kerry Minahan. Josh White lining up the penalty kick.
Yeah, it was his match-winning kick late in the game over Aberafon Quins that clinched the place in the final.
Yeah, he turns on his heel, confident it was going over. So Porthcawl reply with a penalty. Well taken effort from 40 plus metres on the angle. Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 5. So plenty of distance in that boot. And we've seen some big kickers on this park this afternoon. We've seen some big ball carriers as well. Ryan Jones wins a few metres. That's sliced infield. Llanharan look up. We have numbers on this right flank. Straightens the line. Well chopped down. Harley Thompson. Ian Burton slows things down. Uses Jack Thompson. Flat pass, a good flat pass by Jack Brooks, the scorer. Bringing on the runners. But it's all being played on that 10-metre line at the moment. Llanharan struggling to cross the gain line. Yeah, Owen Howe. Isolated, chopped down.
Good patience by the Porthcawl defence there. They weren't committed numbers. They were quite comfortable to keep men on their feet, force the turnover.
Yeah, Llanharan, they're 10 points clear at the top of the Division 2 East Central. This certainly would be the icing on the cake, wouldn't it?
Undefeated. The records are meant to be broken. Runs do come to an end. Will it be today? Yeah, Llanharan seem to be composed early on, not rushing the play, looking to find some territory. Now, Porthcawl running back with Comley. Even Stevens out there physically, trying to work each other out. Where is that weakness, the chink in defence? Josh White aims it downfield. It's well covered by Scott Jones. Again, it's a tactical beginning to this contest. A high spinning torpedo kick. There's space on the right-hand side for Llanharan. It could be a 50-22. Where's the bounce? Still alive. Both Corleys get numbers around the ball. Matthew Ellis, the scrum half, has to do some digging. And the penalty, the blue shirts going off their feet. Teams look evenly matched physically, don't they, at the moment? Putting some air on the ball, and they're going to come back for the penalty.
Yeah, high-risk rugby there from Porthcawl.
Yeah, they had the freedom of that penalty to have a look. Yeah, the penalty came from the ruck here, yeah, just going off their feet. Yeah, number 6, Jack Thompson, pleading his innocence.
Yeah, after the event.
Yeah.
You see this back row for Llanharan working in unison at the moment. Very active.
Referee having some difficulty with the technology.
Jack Williams, the captain. Splitting their pods. To the middle, overthrown. It's gone backwards, play goes. Ben Roach offloads. Oh, gone forward on the second attempt. The Porthcawl crowd maybe not quite in agreement.
Yeah, almost came off.
Yeah, it was dragged forward, wasn't it, before Will Mahoney received the ball.
You're right there, Wyn. It was nearly on. They exposed the winger. It would have been a 2-on-1.
But again, it's good, you know, that both these teams want to play rugby. It's a great stage to be on, isn't it? And it's an opportunity for them to create their own little bit of history.
Ewan Manley, Jack Williams, Michael Gully, Rhys Taylor, Jack Walker, Gethin Cashmore, the front rows. Goes down.
There are a few law enforcement officers in this Llanharan side, and that scrum, I think, deserves a scenes of crime officer, not a referee.
That joke was criminal.
This could go anywhere.
Oh, he's not getting his head down yet.
No.
That's a fair free kick. It was Rhys Taylor on that far side refusing to go down. Yeah, Michael Gully.
Eyeball to eyeball.
So taking a tap from the free kick. Porthcawl. Good carry, some explosiveness. Putting some width on the ball. Organised Llanharan defence at the moment, bringing Ben Roach to the ground. Again, it's an evenly matched physical battle. Both sides struggling to get over the gain line. Josh Woodbridge isolated. Ian Pring straight on the ball. That's an example, perfect example of what getting over the gain line does to you. It allows your players to get time to arrive to the ball. And if you don't win that battle, the defence always has a chance.
Yeah, he'll feed off those all day long, yeah, and having coached him, that's his bread and butter. He'll enjoy those close contact scenarios and those contests over the ball.
Walker. Goes to the tail again. Opens up the field. Now then, bringing in the runners. Big carry in midfield. Harley Thompson. Now there's space. Jones finds the wide channels. Straight into the 22. One way running. Direct, powerful. But Porthcawl do well.
Good play by Llanharan. Initially was Pring, I think. And then quick recycling. Some lovely passing in midfield.
Be lacking some awareness of why you just need to cut in to keep it alive. It's a chance to put some pressure. Will Llanharan sling a pod up there. Josh Woodbridge wins the race at the front of the line. Ellis hooks that one off the field. And they win 10-15 metres or so. Chris, how would you assess the early exchanges?
It's been good, isn't it? As we said pre-game, I think that level of quality has stepped up. The accuracy of the pass and the intensity, the speed of the game is much quicker. It's been a promising opening.
Llanharan get the initial shove, but they eventually get pushed backwards. Looking for the crossfield kick as well. More of a touch finder this time. Overcooked by Jones. He'll be disappointed. Wasn't much on there. Outnumbered defensively. And that's the first real mistake we've seen from Llanharan with the ball.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of green beyond the touchline, isn't there, for the outside halves to gauge in an instant where the touchline is.
Good competition in the air. Llanharan coming up the side. Play goes on. Ryan Jones. Oh, Llanharan thinking they've got the steal. Still there for Ellis, however. Second jackal. And they do get a decision on this occasion. Again, Llanharan Pring not for the first time. Chris over beside me said bread and butter. I mean, plenty of it today.
Yeah, he was pretty instrumental, was Llanharan Pring, in the victory of Llanharan over Bryn Cethyn. I think it was a couple of seasons ago. Good return. It's turning into a bit of a contest at the breakdown. An arm wrestle, isn't it? And Pring is prominent, and Woodbridge for Porthcawl as well.
Yeah, you say an arm wrestle. Nobody's seemingly winning that arm wrestle yet. It's evenly matched physically. Nobody's got that player at the moment that's winning the yards or has a superiority over his opposite number.
Yeah, they're two pretty evenly matched teams at the moment. I suppose the only edge being gained at the moment is maybe Llanharan in that breakdown right now.
Scott Jones missed his earlier conversion attempt. Correct with this one. Llanharan extend their lead. Now up to 8 points to Porthcawl's 3. And with a hop, skip and a jump, that ball goes sailing over. Restart by White. Again, Woodbridge is after it. He's the first there to get the tackle in.
Chopped down Richard Ineda. He's a tall timber to fell. Here's the lock forward.
The long kick downfield, not looking for touch. Tapped backwards by Ellis. It's there for Ryan Jones. Only one way, the back rower knows, straight down the middle. Ball's recycled. Bit too quick. That's a good touch finder. Yeah, it's a battle of the breakdown at the moment. And a good decision.
Was that the left foot of Josh Woodbridge? Or was it...
Yeah, Matthew Ellis, maybe. Good movement in the line by Llanharan. Again, Burton hooks it up. Won by Woodbridge. Has been an early positive performer for the Seagulls, as has Ryan Jones been. The back row combining. They've got quick ball, they need to get it out. The drop goal attempt. Wasteful attempt, but they were playing advantage.
The high tackle on Woodbridge.
It did have the penalty. But what's your opinion about this, Chris? Anwin as well. Going for a drop goal from a penalty, you're going to get a shot at goal potentially anyway. Is it worth going for the try?
That's a free shot, I guess. Is probably, if you pull it off, is fine. But I think Llanharan will be disappointed with their exit there. They set themselves up and probably rushed the exit from Liam Burton there and went a bit skyward rather than distance.
I saw a clip the other day of Rupert Moon taking a drop goal straight from the base of a scrum and got it over.
Well, back in the day, Gareth Edwards was an exponent of the drop kick from the base of the scrum.
You ever remember the Zinzan Brook one in the World Cup?
Yes, yes. And Emyr Lewis at the old National Ground against Neath in the Wales Cup final. Gareth Simmons, the referee, wasn't a popular man down in the Knoll after that. God, we're going back now, aren't we?
Just a child win.
Oh, it's scuffed. The effort, Josh White. So the score remains Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 8.
Yes, Zinzan had the audacity to drop a goal in the World Cup 1995. But we don't see many drop goals these days, do we? Let alone from a scrum half or a number 8.
No. And Chris Patchelney in the Japan World Cup popped a few over that day. Now the chip and chase, trying to find a little bit of grass. And good counter-rucking, legally as well, staying their feet. The most important part, not giving away any cheap penalties. Good carry, Llanharan making half a break. Some space here. Running in and out, works his way to Adam Lewis, who sends that one downfield, and it's out on the full. Lands on the white line, of course, which is a part of touch. But there was some space out there for Llanharan. Did see some space. Again, it's a cagey game, isn't it? There's not much in it. Williams, the captain, 5-man line, goes to the tail, overthrows again, not for the first time. That Porthcawl line out has gone awry. You can see that by almost every team in today's finals. Not much of an angle to work for Will Mahoney. With Sam Comley with a kick, and that's going to creep over the dead ball line. But back for the penalty within 10 metres.
Been impressed so far with number 10 and captain Scott Jones. He's had quite a good influence already in his kicking and his decision making.
He's one of these players who's been around for a long time in the blue and black shirt of Llanharan.
Also knows what it takes to win your win when they've been here before in the final.
against Brinkethin 2 years ago.
Walker again goes to the tail. Accurate on the money. The rolling maul. Walker has the ball as well. Inching forward. Referee has his arm out. Free play. The crossfield kick again. Overshot into touch. They come back for the penalty. And that's one thing that has been clicking, is that Llanharan line out. You wouldn't be surprised if they tested again.
Some big men in that Llanharan forward unit. Kieran Martin wearing 5, made his presence felt there.
He's a huge man, isn't he? Interesting, he's an engineer at Aston Martin. Not sure he'd fit in one.
Oh, it's pinched. Crucially pinched at the front. Porthcawl maybe unexpectedly contest that one. Matthew Ellis puts it downfield, taken quickly by Adam Lewis. Llanharan have possession in midfield, waiting for players to get back into position. Please Taylor with a loose head in some space. Howe, the second row into the heart of the green defence. Oh, again, Llanharan exploiting some space. The juggle, the catch, the dive. It's still alive. Llanharan building. Again, going from touchline to touchline. Howe again involved. Back inside to the hooker. Jack Walker. A super team try. Was there a knock-on in there? That'll be the question.
Llanharan stretching Porthcawl to the touchlines. And the quality of the passing has been brilliant, hasn't it? And Howe using his strength and power and the presence of mind to deliver the ball on a plate for Jack Walker.
Can we go back to the knock-on which potentially happened from the crossfield kick or the pass? Any chance we go to the potential knock-on with a guy juggled and dive to catch it on the left wing? So it's going to be Scott Jones with his blue boots. Again, the same routine, the hop, the skip, the jump. And the result is good. Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 15. We did ask, was there a knock-on in the process? Let's have another look. Here it is. The juggle, the dive. Oh, he catches it. The referee gives the thumb up, or the assistant, I should say. No doubt in that one. What were you thinking, Chris, in asking the question?
The referee's assistant was right on the spot, wasn't it? I mean, we were unsighted from here.
Don't have to save him, win.
Oh, we're working up a good partnership here.
Wouldn't want to be in a trench with you two, tell him. Outstanding try, though. What great build-up play.
Yeah. We've seen an individual try or some innovation, the first one, and that was a super team try. Again, stretching the team from touchline to touchline.
And letting the ball do the work. In the words of the late Carwyn James, rugby's a simple game.
Yeah, you've seen the distribution, aren't you, in 10 and 13 in Harley Thompson as well, a player who's played a lot of Premiership rugby, a lot of experience there.
And Llanharan starting to show their quality, maybe. Again, Scott Jones just guiding his team downfield. using a variety of tactics. Yeah, Porthcawl get the decision for the throw. There could have been a touch in there somewhere. Yeah, time's off. Can we change? Is it Matthew Ellis who is potentially leaving the field for some treatment? The scrum half. Jack Williams now then, can he get this line out working? Llanharan throw 2 pods up, well taken, well won for the Seagulls. Hint of offside in there. White charge down, hesitation. The chase is there, green shirts flocking back.
Oh, Porthcawl have done well here, haven't they?
It's well recovered, a second bite of the cherry for Josh White. .23 in his back, Elliot Bennett, the replacement for Matthew Ellis. Does well on the floor. Yeah, those Seagulls flocking back, but they're not flapping. Sorry. It's been a long day.
It has. Just looking at that, Elliot Bennett wearing 23 on for Porthcawl. He was here in 2018 as a mascot, one of 4 mascots. And 6 years on, just come on the field.
Yeah, how quick things can change. When you consider, we were talking about how young people, some players are to grace this pitch in a national jersey, 17, 18 years old. Well, it takes a couple of years for you to get to that stage in your teens. So 1 second you could be a mascot, next minute you're on the field. Just a correction for us, it's Cameron Maisie wearing 23, not 22. It was Luke correcting the numbers, so Cameron Maisie's wearing 23 and Elliot Bennett, I assume, then 22, so changing shirts.
Yeah, we'll have to wait a while yet then for Bennett to come on.
Ooh, Brooks sees a hole, the show, the goal, the release, the pop back inside, Burton. Gone forward.
It was that man, Jack Thompson, again, wasn't it?
And that's the penalty there against Burton, kicking it into the referee, some chops in. He's lucky maybe not to receive a card. It was unintentional.
Look at this.
Good interplay. Yeah, there is an argument that went backwards or forward from a green hand. Yeah, Liam Burton, maybe the ball didn't strike the referee, but some back shot.
Yeah. Severe warning from the referee, and then the water boy sort of offering him a peace offering. Drink of water. His mouth must be pretty dry at the moment, the referee.
But there is, isn't it, a lot of psychology being played on the park. I remember when I was a referee, you'd have captains who just know how to play you, and then you didn't realise that you were being played until after the game.
Anyone in particular? Name names.
Name names. No, I was given a tough time by a few captains. One of them, and that was here as a coach last week. Chris Ower thinking hard. He was coaching his son. from East. Anyway, there for the clues for the moment. Llanharan are trying to put this game to bed in the first half. They have a 12-point advantage. With some loose passing brings this attack to an end. They have to rebuild. Taylor's the loose head. Oh, that's a good, solid defending by the green wall. Referee having a look with the shoulder. Tempers maybe starting to boil over on the park. Good possession here for Llanharan. Yeah, they weren't going forward, but they kept the ball, and in the end, a decent outcome.
Yeah, Porthcawl still penned in their own 22. Valiant effort to break out, but it's relentless attacking, isn't it, from Llanharan in this opening half.
Again, the Porthcawl line out, creaking, cracking. And somehow they salvage the situation by stealing the ball. But Llanharan really causing problems.
But Porthcawl, well...
They're architects of their own downfall.
Yes, indeed.
But without a set piece, it's almost impossible to build an attack. And that Porthcawl line out, they may want to find the safety of the sheds, to have a word, to see how they can regather themselves and change their tactics and decision making. Good touch finder.
Yeah, it's a relieving kick for Porthcawl. Now then, can they build on this? Because the game is in danger of getting away from them. 3 minutes to the break, and they desperately need a score.
They cut the numbers. 5 men in the line. Go to the middle again. It's overshot. Walker's there, loses it. It's going to be a scrum for Porthcawl, but it's ever so scrappy. And it's, yeah, it's just an overthrow, isn't it? Push too much on it. You may say the coaches may get a word on, yeah, cut the numbers, but keep it simple. Win the race at the front of the line.
Yeah, I think they got their lifter up fine then. I think he was there to be hit. It wasn't as if there was a great defend against him. He just, at the moment, he just can't find his accuracy in his throw.
Maisie feeds, and it's the penalty that goes the way of Llanharan. Not on the mark. He'll come back. Again, Liam Burton needs to be careful here. He's protesting at everything that doesn't go his way.
Like every good nine, he'll feel he's been hard done by there, but he was nowhere near the mark.
No. Now then, Scott Jones, he's going to have a pop here.
Yeah, why not? Just before the break. Another three-pointer. It could break the hearts of the Porthcawl side.
Yeah, it'll take him to beyond 2 scores if he manages to get this one. And whilst he lines up, doing the answer to the quiz question of the captain, Bargoy, the club.
Coached his son.
Yeah.
Oh, Meads.
That's it. I knew you'd know the answer deep down there somewhere. Jones has his bit of a dance. Oh, he gets it over as well. Sneaks it up. Oh, that crossbar. And Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 18.
Well, we've seen some exemplary kicking over the last few weeks, haven't we, at all ages, and that's an element of the game that has certainly improved on the road to Principality, and Scott Jones is a brilliant exponent on the long distance kick.
Half-time whistle is approaching. We do feel Porthcawl may be sensing this. Cup final is starting to slip away. They need to try and get a score. And again, a great chase by Josh Woodbridge. Puts themselves in prime position for a late score. Ryan Jones, we haven't seen enough of him with the ball in hand. Using Roach. Again, Llanharan defence is tough to break down. And the forwards win the battle. Could be Jack Thompson. Sorry, Neil McNally in there.
Yeah, the referee's consistent, isn't he? On that occasion, it was Jacob Williams, the stand-in scrum half, who expressed his dissatisfaction, shall we say, with the referee's decision.
Yeah, and that is the final act of the first half in this Division 2 Cup final. And it's all pretty much gone the way of Llanharan, the Dairymen. They've scored when the opportunities have come their way. The first coming to Jack Brooks. Jack Walker with a second try. The rest of the points coming off the boot of the fly half Scott Jones, with Josh White the only score for Porthcawl. So it's Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 18 at the change of ends. Second half of this Division 2 Cup final about to get underway. Ail hannar o rownd derfynol adran 2 ar fin cychwyn. Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 19 ydy'r sgôr ar yr egwyl. Llanharan yn bosib y tîm cryfa fel mae'r sgôr yn adlewyrchu yn y hanner y cynta. Yn ddigiro yn y gyngrair eleni Porthcawl yng nghanol y tabl neu cyngrair nhw. Felly'r ffefrynna, fel gallwch chi ddadla, o bosib ar y blaen bod nhw mewn 2 gyngrair ar wahân. Llanharan newid fan hyn i Porthcawl. Mae rhif 24 sef Elliot Bennett ymlaen i'r cae ar gyfer rhif 3 Michael Gully. 13 Jonathan Phillips. And you're going to 3 in a row. So the second half is underway. Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 18. Second period of this Division 2 Cup final. Joe Davis tries to twist and turn out of the way of those oncoming green shirts. Josh Woodbridge frustrated.
Unlucky. He had his elbow on the ground, but he showed his intent to the referee, showed him his arms.
Oh, that's a slightly harsh decision on the replay. It's easy for us to say on a second look, but there was a clear release. He goes in. Not much of an elbow on the floor unless the referee was looking at someone else who went in prior to Josh Woodbridge. Scott Jones again using that trusted right boot of his.
Yeah, he's been the mastermind of the Llanharan plays in the first half.
This may be the point of difference in the side's performances, and reflected in the score is the performance of the lineouts. We see Will Mahoney in that far side limping off. Hence the referee bringing the play to a quick stop.
Yeah, sad to see that. I don't think Will's been right since that kick regather that that he picked up at the end of the first half.
Conor Murdy coming to the field. And after that earlier build-up of Llanharan's point of difference being the line-out, it's their turn to throw a dodgy dart. Yeah, not straight to the tail. I always admire a hooker's confidence going to the tail with the first throw in any half.
You can see why they want to go there, because obviously it's less defended and they can set to their maul or bring a peel off. But at the moment, you can't blame the conditions. The roof is closed here, so both hookers not hitting their darts at the moment.
Porthcawl retrieve the ball from the scrum. Spinning the ball, there is space out wide, but they cut back in, looking for numbers. Woodbridge again, looking for the jackal, pulled away. Llanharan composed in their attack, aren't they? Not rushing or pushing the passes, just allowing the ball to go through the hands. That's Walker going to ground, and now then there is an opportunity. Jones offloads, the offload was there, it's on the floor. Knock on advantage, space in the backfield, the chase is on. Llanharan need to be aware. Some good work on the floor by Michael Jones, buying some time, maybe an extra half a roll. Thompson, his ingenuity created the first try. It's some miscommunication. Leon Burton not backward and coming forward, is he?
It's a good win back for Porthcawl. They'll be happy to get the ball, but There are some concerns at the moment. They're dropping off a few tackles. Once Llanharan again to multi-phase, you can see the forwards are struggling to get back into any set position defensively.
And Llanharan get the ball wide very quickly, don't they? 2 passes and it's out onto the wing.
And Llanharan don't seem to be having to do anything, out of the ordinary. They just use the ball, going into contact, moving it again, and after they say the multi-phase, they come back to the other direction and the holes are there.
It's coming a lot from their speed of their breakdown and the ability of their carries are allowing them to have clean rucks. And they get that ball away slightly quicker, which is then beating Porthcawl in their set in defence.
And Porthcawl, they need a score, don't they? They need to challenge that Llanharan defensive line and try line, which they've failed to do so really in the first half. And again, some bickering going on.
It's the same two, isn't it? It's Rhys Taylor for Llanharan and Michael Gully for Porthcawl. Loose head and tight head. Here they go. Oh, nice kick. Nice kick.
Great kick.
Exactly what the doctor ordered Josh White. Now then, can Porthcawl fix that line out? It's a full man. Woodbridge is at the front. Is he going to be the target again? They go to the middle. It's the other flanker, Leon McNally, who scrapes it backwards, but Llanharan work hard, get over the ball. And Jones clears.
It's the Achilles heel for Porthcawl, isn't it? The line out. Great position gained by Josh White.
Well, the coaches have said to line out, callers and throwers in the changing rooms, because that's probably going to be their topic of conversation in the sheds.
Yeah, they'll have to get this area sorted out, or it's going to be a long afternoon. I think, far from me being a forwards coach, but I'd probably ask the question, if you throw into where the Llanharan defensive pod is, could you have a little bit more movement in your line out, or just guarantee front possession and drive from there?
Yeah, the captains called together and the two protagonists, the loose head for Llanharan, Rhys Taylor, and Michael Gully. The tight head for Porthcawl.
Don't they look innocent?
Yeah. Wasn't me, sir. So Porthcawl, they've lost 25 metres. It's another line out. So it's going to be shortened this time. Pod in the middle. Overshot again. Lost count how many line-outs Porthcawl have now lost. Llanharan with a steal. They're going to go wide. A change of mind by Jack Thompson. And he wins the penalty. A nice little chip off the left boot this time. Oh, well gathered. One more pass that in space. Joe Davis. Davis shrugs off one, the second, the third. And he's under the sticks. And Llanharan are starting to put Porthcawl to the sword.
Well, that surely is the game there, isn't it? Showing good strength. Joe Davis, not short on pace either. That little kick through by Jones initially created the space out wide. It had to come.
But poor defending by Porthcawl. If they're looking back at the tape, they'll be saying, guys, where's the tackle technique in there? All going too high, not getting some leg drive in there. And Joe Davis made light work of those green shirts. And from 2 missed lineouts from positive positions, to be in your sticks, having a chat, boys. What's gone on there? We're 20 points behind now. It seems like a long second half.
Yeah, it's a difficult road back for them now, isn't it? Those errors are critical and they're resulting in points now. Llanharan not really having to do a huge amount for that.
Conversion's good, but here's a try again. Well taken try, must be said. There was support runners on the inside. Didn't need anybody.
Yeah, good chasing by Michael Jones, the fullback, who delivered the final pass, the scoring pass to Joe Davis.
Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 25. That unbeaten record looks set to continue.
Yeah, they were promoted as Division 3 champions last season with Llanharan, and looking good.
That's impressive in itself, isn't it, to gain promotion and back it up with another likely promotion, it seems. Again, Scott Jones lifts the cross-field kick, looking for the winger. Well taken, but isolated. Stolen. And it was Adam Lewis out there. Porthcawl trying to pick up the tempo. They take the tap. Our line out isn't trustworthy. Llanharan are back 10. Bodies flying in to the counter, a penalty advantage to the green shirts.
I think that's the right approach there from Jacob Williams, though. They need to break the game up now. Just try anything in their armoury. I think he did the right thing with a tap. They've won a penalty. Now what do you do?
Tom Pridey, isn't it? Wynn's pointing out. See the trio of orange bibs in the background. Tom Pridey in the middle. Is it Ryan Bevington on the left? The coaching setup of Porthcawl, who have, as well, it's worth noting, Chris, that Porthcawl have really turned things around over the last 3 years. A team that was really struggling, and Ryan Bevington and Tom Pridey in turn have come in and improved the club's status.
Yeah, it's a great backstory, isn't it? And it's a thriving club now, which is great to see. And you read from where this coaching group have taken this team in the last year or so to where they are today is an outstanding achievement. And irrespective of the result, the club should be very proud of what it's doing.
Yeah, it's on the firm footing now, isn't it, Porthcawl? And they've got a ladies' team, and I like the name, the She-Girls.
The Seagulls under pressure, they've knocked it on, and Llanharan, they're not going to take their foot off the pedal here, are they? Just scrappy on the floor. The presentation not good enough.
Yeah, Thomas Wilson is on for Michael Gully. Perhaps that's a wise move, because it could prove to be a liability.
And there's Tom Pridey in the middle, Ryan Bevington, the head coach, on the left. 2 former Wales internationals.
It's unfortunate. I think we would have seen Tom out in this field today, but I gather a hamstring injury has ruled him out.
Well, somebody else had a hamstring injury for Tonna.
Craig Mitchell.
Another former Wales international.
Indeed, and giving back to the club. When Llanharan won here 2 years ago, there was some 500 people waiting for them back at the clubhouse, and they arrived to the strains of Sweet Caroline. I hope the Llanharan supporters are in fine voice, because they'll have to repeat that performance as things stand.
I'm sure the DJ's ready and waiting.
Led by Gareth Nicholas.
He'll be right at the front of that.
Llanharan have a licence to play from deep now with that 22-point advantage. Good side against it. Scott Jones doesn't find touch. Oh, it's kept in, then taken over. It's going to be a line for Llanharan, and things are just not going the way of the Seagulls. Yeah, tiptoe stuff.
That's such an impressive kick, though, isn't it? To pinpoint it that far and pin it right on a touchline.
And that's on the limit, isn't it? That was his max. For the changes for Llanharan, giving the replacements an opportunity. And they'll find out to Jack Brooks. And they're finding some green space again. They're in the open field and knocked on by Hardy Thompson.
Well, he'll be disappointed. Well, he is disappointed with that because Llanharan were on song there. The ball was flowing again.
Yeah, into acres of space. And the try was on, wasn't it? Blue shirts out on the left. Ali Thompson. I've been impressed with Jack Brooks as well, his centre partner. He's played tidy, simple rugby, but been effective, especially with ball in hand, in putting others into space.
Yeah, it's a good combination, that 10, 12, 13 axis. They've had lots of involvements, led well there by Sam Scott at 10.
Free kick. An early shove by Llanharan, taken quickly. Play stopped again by the referee. Yeah, good to see the green shirt smiling. It's been a tough day at the office so far. Jacob Williams having a giggle with the referee. That's a top kick by Michael Jones, the Llanharan fullback, to get the ball back to the ref.
And not a bad kick from the ref either to kick it off.
He'd have had the bird if he'd scuffed that, wouldn't he?
Llanharan, time to defend. Porthcawl, can they challenge this blue wall? They've struggled to do for the first hour of this contest. Stepping back inside. Llanharan have the measure of this Porthcawl attack, shoving them back again. Hands in the ruck. Porthcawl needed that in the pressure. And at the moment, it's a shame to say, but it's difficult to see how Porthcawl are going to get back into this contest. They've got a line out that is broken, and a pack that are failing to make dents in that Llanharan defence. Yeah,
at the moment they're struggling to make any inroads in the game in any facet. I think, you know, Josh Woodbridge out there's been an absolute warrior. He's in the heart of a lot of good that Porthcawl are getting, but Llanharan are comfortable. You know, with the scoreboard as it is, they can not compete in breakdowns or choose to if they wish.
Yeah, we'll be looking for player of the match, of course, sponsored by Go.Compare. At the moment, the likely candidates are wearing blue, although, as you mentioned there, Chris, Josh Woodbridge has certainly put in quite a huge shift for Porthcawl, the number 7.
Yeah, Josh White hobbling, isn't he? He's taking a bump for his efforts.
He may well have twinged his hamstring.
Now then, that's an improvement. They've got possession from the line. Gives themselves a platform. Again, the short angle, Ben Roach. Llanharan, solid in defence. Williams, the jackal attempt fails. Llanharan making a mess of the breakdown. They disturbing the possession, the chip through the chase, trying to put Michael Jones under pressure, has to take it out.
That was better from Porthcawl, though. You know, a clean line out, able to get the ball into the hands of Ryan Jones to make an inroad. That was far better in terms of how they can get some attack platform in this game.
Yeah, Josh White is in some discomfort, isn't he? The Porthcawl outside half. He still wants the ball, though.
Yeah, my kick may not be the wisest of options. If he goes for this, he may make himself have an even bigger mischief. He's put his side in prime position there, 6 or 7 metres out. And Porthcawl, you feel they have to score here if they're going to challenge Llanharan in any way, shape or form.
Well, there's a long way to go in this second half if Josh White is going to remain on the field of play.
Oh, it's another one that's overshot the jumper. And Llanharan escape again. And there is room outright into open field. 2-on-1. They exploit the space. Well covered. Adam Lewis pushed into touch.
Woodbridge again.
And it's Woodbridge looking to work. He somehow got over. Still chasing. You could criticise him that his head's on the wrong side, but fair play. How much work has Josh Woodbridge got through?
He's playing his heart out, doesn't he? And Josh White finally has to call it a day. Well, he was spotted, I think, by the Llanharan back division there. They targeted him, and Josh just fell in front of the ball carrier. Might have given away a penalty, really, for no arms. But at the moment, he's got no legs. He's hanging on in there.
Yeah, so a change with Josh White coming off, with Iwan Power wearing 20, replacing the fly half. He's struggling there. The Porthcawl 10. Let's have a look at the third score for Llanharan. Was that forward? Maybe the question is. Referee was on point to have a look. And the finish, top draw by Joe Davis. And with the swan dive finish, made famous by Ashton. The former England winger, that is. And that line out, doesn't matter where the ball's thrown into, is just not working. It's crumbled under pressure of the Division 2 Cup final. And that's how you do it. Martin wins it in the air. And the rest of the pack.
Yeah, Llanharan have long gained supremacy at the set pieces, haven't they? They don't mind the odd indiscretion.
Oh, they're in space again. One more pass, they could be in. Is it going to be another score in the second half for Joe Davis? There's nobody ahead of the winger. And he's over again, beneath the sticks. Loses his shorts for his efforts, but he won't mind. Llanharan are up to 30. All too easy, the dummy runners, the blockers, taking too much attention of the defence.
Michael Jones up again from full-back, opening the door, and a simple run-in this time for Joe Davis. But it all started at the line-out, and a problematic line-out for Porthcawl. But it clicked again for Llanharan.
Yeah, when you consider both of Joe Davis's tries have come from faulty Porthcawl line-outs, those two earlier on that they missed early in the half. They made a mess of the previous line-out that gave possession to Llanharan. Scott Jones converts.
Yeah, it's definitely fed Llanharan, isn't it? But then you've got to compliment Llanharan on their execution, you know, and cleverness of bringing their wing around to make it the extra player here. He kicks out, creates a 2-on-1, and that's perfect execution, isn't it? And this lad can move.
It's an easy score in the end. Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 32. And Scott Jones, they're going to look to exploit this left-hand side again. Scott Jones in some space. He's going to fly past his opposite winger. The scorer, is he going to be provider? And the scrum half, Leo Burton, is over. Now that's a super coast-to-coast try. And Llanharan really strutting their stuff.
Yeah, working the extra man again. Michael Jones up from fullback. Joe Davis, powerful left winger. Jones for the second time. Burton's been pretty quiet of late, but he's taken his try well.
And that's a 5th try for Llanharan. The floodgates have opened. Scott Jones lines up the conversion. And with about 15 minutes to go, you start to feel for the Porthcawl players. Long hold, second half. Jones takes his time, but gets his points. Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 39.
There's 14 points for the outside half.
All too easy for Joe Davis. Jacob Williams really struggling to keep a lid on the left winger. And to give you some statistics on the day here today, we've had a combined attendance of 5,665 here for the Division 5 to Division 2 men's finals day. A healthy crowd coming out from the towns and villages to support their teams. Felly, diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you very much to everyone for coming here to support the Road to Principality series, supported by Go.Compare. And we will be discussing the Player of the Match award in 5 or 10 minutes or so. I know Chris O has been jotting some names down already. Wyn, I know you've got a few stars by a few names as well, I'm sure.
Well, they're all wearing blue at the moment, aren't they? You know, you've got to look at Scott Jones in particular, orchestrating things behind, but it's the forwards that have laid the platform.
Some changes for Porthcawl, I think that's Joe Davis.
Yeah, loud cheers for Joe Davis. 2 tries, well taken.
And it's Jack Pring who's on the field. I'm assuming here, I'm guessing, somebody may correct me if I'm wrong, related to number 8, Llanharan Pring.
Yeah, I think Llanharan was the first down for breakfast, if they are related.
He does seconds by the time Jack was downstairs.
Interesting fact on Jack is a former Love Island contestant, so he got the looks as well.
Ah, he spent time in the mirror.
So is that your choice of television at night, is it? Love Island.
Wyn told me it's his, it's his guilty pleasure.
The truth is out.
Now, Porthcawl, what can they string together? That Llanharan defence has been unbreachable. Offside. So there'll be a chance to go for the corner, but...
Oh, do they want to, I wonder?
Yeah, but is there a choice?
Porthcawl play for pride now, aren't they?
That's a good kick by Sam Comley. Puts his team in the position they want to be. But now then, can they just hit a line out in an attacking position? They have a change in hooker. But have they got a change in result? They go to the front, they find Woodbridge. Ryan Jones has the ball. Ryan Jones breaks away, straight down Scott Jones's channel. The fly half flung out of the way. Now then, here's a chance. Jake, Holland! Oh! He's lost it. It's knocked on.
Well,
if
we had a TMO, we'd be looking at that for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's the correct decision at the first glance. But yeah, you're right, Win. I'm sure the TMO would be rocking and rolling that one. They've gone again. They don't trust the line. Oh, and they've forced the pass. They've lost it. The knock on.
Well, full marks for Endeavour. Well, that's the closest they've come, really, to scoring a try.
Yeah, Jacob Williams playing some NFL with how he scooped that between the legs. If I saw a photo correctly, he's talking about the NFL. Lewis Rizama back in Cardiff today. Was he up at the Met or entertaining some young rugby players?
Where did I see him? He was in the crowd watching a game somewhere. I can't remember who it was. Did you see it? He was attending a football match, I think.
So Chelsea, Man United whispered in my ear.
Correct.
A shocking result. Man United were robbed again. As they've been all season.
Chris was happy with the Everton result, I think.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that, to be honest, Win. I think that keeps us up. After we were harshly done with points deductions, but let's not go about that now.
So it's going to be a scrum down on that far side for Llanharan before they empty the bench to give everybody a run out here at the Principality. The cup is on the way home to Llanharan. It's beyond doubt. Jones with a clearance kick. No nonsense, finds touch. So here come the rest of the cavalry.
Yeah, Porthcawl haven't been able to get close to Jones all afternoon, have they?
Oh, showing some class out there. Llanharan just been far superior in every facet of play. But it's the line out in particular that's been the main point of difference. Porthcawl have creaked, cracked and crumbled. We just haven't able to get a platform. Again, that's not straight. And it's difficult to search for words to console them.
That is down to the hooker, isn't it? I mean, you try and defend the hooker more often than not because it's the call at the line out, but on that occasion, it was crooked.
Go for the juggler, Win. The hooker's fault. No, in that occasion, slipped out of the hand, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a technical area, isn't it, with timings and movement. Burton, the scorer of the fifth, feeds his scrum. Solid as a rock. The back line again, challenge the right-hand side and the offload at the back of hand, releases. Lewis into some space. Ball's still alive. Weaving into the 22. Blue shirts queuing up. Brooks juggles the big centre. Beats the first two green shirts. It's still on here. Oh, gets his hands out of the tackle. 5 meters short. Is it a sixth try? Seems inevitable. And it is a score to Joe Buckle.
Yeah, even when they get things wrong, they get it right, don't they, Llanharan, if that makes sense, because it all appeared to break down in midfield, but they had time on the ball, patience, and in the end it was Buckle crossing. But this is a nice break, lovely offload initially, and this guy again coming off his wing looking for work. That's Adam Lewis.
And that's that last pass by Sam Richards, wearing 17. Just draws the tackle, flicks the pass. Well, you're not going to stop the big man from there.
They're just all on the same page, aren't they, Llanharan? They're comfortable. Obviously, with the scoreboard as it is, you can try things, but it still needs to be executed, and they've done it well. The bench has come on and added to that, I feel, also. So, yeah, it's a pretty comprehensive score at the moment.
Yeah, Buckle scored a try in the semi-final win over Penarth, 23 points to 9, as did Jack Walker. Both on the score sheet today again.
Players down in front of the post. You've got a couple of players down in the line of the kick in front of the posts. Now this is the score again. You have 4 blue shirts out wide. Could have been easily any one of them. But when you're a second rower, you're not going to pass, are you?
No, when you're that tall as well, you could reach from there.
Well, if you dive from the 22, I think it would cross the try line.
Scott Jones lines this one up. Yeah, slices it by the near post. Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 44.
Again, you have to compliment Josh Woodbridge. He chases that conversion like it's the last point to be chased for. He's been an absolute engine all day long.
Yeah, and it's difficult to pick a green shirt as the player of the match. And with about 3-4 minutes remaining, Josh Woodbridge has been an absolute standout for Porthcawl. And another day, maybe he would be player of the match, but it's difficult maybe to select the green shirt considering the one-sidedness of the scoreboard. So, Wyn, your nominees?
Well, yeah, Scott Jones certainly for Llanharan at outside half. He's pulled the strings, hasn't he? We've seen flashes of brilliance as well from Jack Thompson at flank forward. Front row down there. Jack Walker's been busy in the front row.
Yeah, and he's been squeaky clean with the line out, isn't it? I think the pack as a whole are just dominated. It's difficult to maybe select one forward from that 8. They've just been a unit, haven't they, around the park. They've done their job. Chris, yourself?
Yeah, I think the back row for Llanharan have just been like a wolf pack all day. They've hunted everything, haven't they? And they've really frustrated Porthcawl in that contact area, especially. Joe Davis, his influences have had touches of brilliance, and he's taken his tries well. Josh Woodbridge, I've got to mention him again. I think he's been an absolute star in a losing cause, in fairness, and he's been a real credit to Porthcawl.
Porthcawl, can they get a consolation score? Can they get a try to lift their spirits on the bus ride home? Woodbridge, you would be surprised if he gets to score. Beats 2 first-up tacklers.
And Porthcawl have had to rearrange, haven't they? Matthew Ellis, the scrum half, went off, and Jacob Williams has come in to do the duties at 9. Pring again gets his hands on the ball. Got off his feet on that occasion.
Penalty taken quickly. The door is ajar. Jacob Williams up towards 5 metres, needs some help. Ball's there. Green shirts out left. Thomas Wilson. Llanharan fighting for the ball. They're not going to give up. They're not going to allow Porthcawl to get a score. Now they're away. It was half a chance. Again, blue shirts flooding forward. The try scorer pops it up. Oh, dumped down, but he gets the ball away. High tackle in there. No, says the referee. Here we go again. His space out left. Yeah, let's go Scott Jones. All the goes to him. And here come Llanharan. There's silence because we try to decide the player of the match between us over here. But it's knocked on. Half a second, Porthcawl were thinking that away. McNally opening his stride. But intentional knock-on, so it's going to be a penalty for Llanharan. I'd love to give it to Josh Woodbridge, the 7. We just discussed it between us. I think we're going to have to use the
Yeah.
He scored points.
It's him or him.
We get him playing for the pack team.
Yeah.
So they're giving the platform. Let's do that. So number 8. Number 8 here, then Pring is going to get it for Llanharan. 8.
Have we come to a decision, gentlemen, on the player of the match award, the Go.Compare player of the match?
It's been a healthy discussion off mic, hence the silence at times. It's been difficult to come to. A part of me wants to give it to Josh Woodbridge, number 7 for Porthcawl, because he's been such a standout performer. But because of the landslide result, Scott Jones, as an individual, is steered the team. But I think it's been the pack of Llanharan that has given the platform for those backs. So, for a team performance, and the Pring has been fantastic. Early on with the Jackals, he's carried hard. I think we've come to an agreement that Pring, the number 8, deserves the Player of the Match award.
Yeah, I think he's been the heart of everything that Llanharan have been good about today, and he's led that energy as part of a back row, but I think him in particular has been superb in the amount of turnovers, how he slowed possession down, his work around the park, and even his continuity link-up as well. So, yeah, deservedly so.
Yeah, and part of that pack that's really dominated Porthcawl as well has been the platform for this one-sided victory. And how desperate are they to try and get to that 50-point mark as well. Always nudged forward on the floor.
The scrum half won't thank him for that, though.
Is that going to be a reset? What's happened here? It's going to be, yeah, reset Llanharan ball. So one last chance. The clock would be red if we had one on the screen.
Williams, who's come on to the scrum half position from left wing, well, he has played at scrum half over the years, but he's certainly enjoyed his, if that is the right word, there's always a smile on his face.
Porthcawl get the nudge in the scrum. The first time maybe they've won a set-piece battle. Jones again. Plenty of space and depth in this attack. Using the width of the field. Cutting back inside is Jack Pring. Onto the left wing. Jones there again. Orchestrating the attack. Plenty of numbers out wide on the right. Need some help on the floor. They come left, they go right, they go straight. A chip into space. Oh, the bounce. Nearly gathered by Adam Lewis. The penalty was there.
Again, lots of hands on knees. Particularly so in the Porthcawl ranks.
Yeah, they're out for the count, aren't they?
Yeah, beaten but not unbowed.
Not the best of efforts by Scott Jones, not the easiest of maybe kicks to try and place in the corner from the centre of the 22. Some work for the forwards. 15 metres out. goes to Taylor. It's won by Porthcawl. Probably the only line out they've won all day. And Jordan Fox carries out.
No, Porthcawl, they'll have a go.
Yeah, they're not going to kick this dead, or it'll be game over. They're going to have to go from their own 22 if they're going to get a late try. It's going to be tap and go. Last chance saloon. Woodbridge. Again, he's been a machine. That's better. It's gone forward. Llanharan. Nobody wants to stop. They're having too much fun.
They're looking for the 50 points, aren't they?
Oh, that's a step. Half a break. The offload. Jones has gone back. Has gone forward. Now then, Porthcawl, are they going to put it dead? I don't think so. Ryan Jones. You've seen flashes of the number 8. And that's the final play in this Division 2 Cup final. And it's been a super Saturday in the road to Principality. And Llanharan, in this final game of the day, have dominated their opponents, Porthcawl. 6 tries in all for the Dairymen, and a comprehensive victory. It's Porthcawl 3, Llanharan 44. So many congratulations to Llanharan, the Division 2 Cup winners. Their unbeaten record continues as they march on in their quest to get to Division 1, and they've secured the cup en route. And Porthcawl, well, they've still got business to do in the league, of course, and they'll come back fighting another day under the guidance of Ryan Bevington and Tom Pridey. Gwnaeth eto wyn gair o ran Llanharan. Yn un ochrog braidd yn doedd.
Oedd gormod o bwer gan y blaenwyr yn benodol yn chwarae fel uned, a gan wybod hefyd bod yna ddiffygion yn elfennau gosod Porthcawl, hyd yn oed pan oedd a Llanharan yn gwneud camgymeriadau. Oedd Llanharan yn gwybod y gallen nhw ennill y leini, ennill y sgrym. Mae'r leini wedi bod yn trafferthus nid yn unig i'r ddau dim yma mewn gwirionedd, ond drwy'r dydd. Dwi ddim yn gallu rhoi mis ar paham.
Ie, mae rhywun yn tybio. Mae dyna dyn o'r elfennau mae'r blaenwyr yn ymarfer fwyaf yn ystod yr wythnos. A'r leiniau oedd y gwahaniaeth i bob pwrpas rhwng y ddau dîm. Llanharan yn gywir hefo'r rhai nhw, a pam cael Porthcawl i cyfleoedd ymysodol yn colli'r meddiant, a Llanharan yn defnyddio'r meddiant annisgwyl yna i sgorio o ddyfnder ar rwbio'r halen yn y briw.
Ie, meddiant glân, ac yna rhyddhau yr olwyr dawnus yma sydd gyda nhw, a Scott Jones yn tynnu'r llunnau wrth gwrs, ond rhaid sôn am chwaraewr y gêm Ieuan Pring. Oedd ym Mhobman yn dod yn arafu pêl Porthcawl ac yn troi'r bêl drosodd. Chwaraewr arbennig ar nôl fan hyn am yr eildro wrth gwrs ac yn ennill tlws.
And it's great to see, we talk about the community game. All too often we see the international team here performing in front of 70,000, but it's great to see the community come together, and Llanharan come down here in numbers to support the team. It's going to be one big party back at the clubhouse.
It certainly will. You know, all finals today, we've seen an unbelievable turnout. You know, the attendance of over 5,500 says that, and it's a great day out, as you said, Oz. I think Porthcawl will live to fight another day. I know they'll be disappointed, but they could be super proud about where they've come from in the last few years to what they've achieved to get here. Llanharan, I'm really, really pleased. I got to mention Gareth Nicholas. What a great rugby person, and particularly pleased for him and what he's achieved. He's done so much in the game, and his work with his coaching group at Llanharan has proved that he's building success again.
Yeah, and a word to the referee as well. Well, the refereeing party led by the referee Spencer Chase on their contribution to the game as well. And Gwyn Bowden there presenting the medals. Again, John, who's up in the commentary box for the second game, is down there somewhere as part of the presentation team with Kerry Frey, the trio. And it's going to be Porthcawl who will step up first to receive their runners-up medals. Yeah, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow. But then again, if you are going to lose in a cup final, sometimes it's less painful to lose by a score like this than lose by 1 point, because you then think about what ifs and what mays, and that single point that you could have got somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure they reflect, and at the end of it, they came up against a good opponent today who were clinical. There were errors in their game I'm sure they're disappointed in that led to some of those scores, but I said earlier, you know, they can be super proud about what they've achieved, and this is the start of something else for Porthcawl now, and they've got a good future ahead of them with a thriving club, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, Porthcawl coming up to receive their runners-up medals. And just a word, just whilst we've got an opportunity, we must congratulate the earlier winners as well in their respective cup finals. The Division 5 competition, Seven Sisters beating Dinas Powys, Tonna and Newport Saracens in such a close contest in Division 4, points separating them. Newport Saracens the winners there, and then Cardiff Quins taking the spoils by 24 points to 21 against Blaenau. And now the Division 2 winners, Llanharan, beating the Greens of Porthcawl.
And Porthcawl, of course, can boast the fact that they have the current Wales captain as a former player in David Jenkins.
They could have done with him today.
Certainly could, but these young lads, they played their hearts out. But they came up against a very competent, confident, well-drilled Llanharan side. Hardly put a foot wrong.
Yeah, the mullets back in fashion for the seniors as well. We've seen a few with the juniors.
I only wish I could grow one.
I'm expecting one next year, Chris.
It might be a struggle. That's great respect shown there by Porthcawl to Llanharan. A lot of these boys will obviously know each other well.
Yeah, not too far from each other, really, are they, distance-wise? Just a hop, skip and a jump down the M4. And everyone, to a man, you could argue, man-to-man, they were the better team. You know, they had the the nudge on their opponent. And one or two have lost their shorts somehow. Not sure how that happens. Was it a dare? So here we are, Scott Jones about to receive the Division 2 Cup, which hopefully will be safely back in the trophy cabinet by the end of the evening. Just wondering what's going on. Is he asking for the champagne for in the cup? I don't know.
I think Gwyn was just finishing off a conversation with the legend that is Bobby Newman, who's the scrum coach at Llanharan.
There you go, Gwyn Bowden presenting the cup to Scott Jones. And here we go, it's all about to kick off here in the Principality. Llanharan the winners of the WRU Division 2 Cup Final. Llongyfarchiadau anferthol. Llanharan, pencampwyr cwpan Adran 2 Undeb Rygbi Cymru. Fydd y dathlu yn mynd ymlaen yn hir i'r nos. Celebrations will go long into the night. But let's have a look at the highlights of this Division 2 Cup Final.